Welcome back, viewers. In our journey to understand Dockers, what are Dockers, how to use the Dockers, we require to know what is engines, because we will use engines to uh, make the Dockers run in background. So continuously the Dockers can persist in the background. So for that we require the engines. So what is engines? So engines is a advanced load balancer, web server, and a reverse proxy. So engines will accelerate the content and application delivery. It will improve the security. It will facilitate the availability and scalability of the busiest websites on the internet. So engines is a web server that can be used as a reverse proxy, load balancer, mail proxy, HTTP cache. The software was created by Russian developer Igor Sysov and publicly released on 2004. It is a free and open source software released under the terms of 2-clause BSD license. So here you can see the engines is an open source web server software used for reverse proxy, load balancing, and caching. So it provides the HTTPS server capabilities and is mainly designed for maximum performance and stability. It can also function as a proxy server for email communication protocols such as IMAP, POP3, and SMTP. So what exactly is a proxy server? So proxy server will sit between the internet, that is the user, and the main server. So any request from the users, that is the computer nodes on the internet, those requests will be first come to the proxy server. Proxy server will broker the request and pass it on to the main server. Main server will service the request. The data for the servicing of the request will come from the main server to the this proxy server, and then proxy server will again pass it on to the individual nodes from where the request comes. So it is a layer of security. So what happens is, if any attack is there, if any hacker tries to attack the main server will not suffer. The proxy server will take the attack. It might go down, but the main server will continue to work in the background. So this is the main security feature of proxy server. It is a buffer between the internet and the main server. So in any brute force attack and in any hacking attempt, the proxy server will suffer, but the main server will continue to work. And also load balancing feature is there. So if the proxy server gets flooded with requests, then it can balance those requests. It can do the load balancing and prevent the tripping of the server. So the main server is never tripped because the load balancing is done by the proxy server, which lies between the internet and the main server. So the system is well balanced and it continues to work. It does not suffer any outages. So what is the difference between engines and Apache? So Apache, everybody knows, it is a web server. So engines is a event driven architecture that handles multiple requests within a single thread. So one single thread can service multiple requests from the clients, whereas Apache is a process driven, creating a thread per request. So as many requests are there, as many threads will be created, whereas in engines multiple requests will create only one thread. So it makes the engines more resource efficient and high performance than Apache. Engines unit is a dynamic application server capable of running beside Nginx Plus and Nginx open source or standalone. Nginx unit supports RESTful JSON API, deploys configuration changes without service disruptions, and runs applications built with the different languages and frameworks. So it is we can say it is very flexible. It can support Java. It can deploy the configuration changes without service disruptions, and can run applications built with multiple languages. So it is not language dependent, it is independent. So you can use the language, programming language of your choice to build the application frameworks and the application itself. So it can also run as an application server. So it is a web server, it is an application server, it is a proxy server, it can do load balancing, it can do reverse proxy, it can do caching also. So it has got lot many uses, and best of the thing is it is open source also, whereas the license versions are also available, but open source is there for the small companies and individual users who don't have that much big needs, so they can use the engines open source. So now I will now stop here with this last final. So how engines is a load balancer. So engines uh, uh, can be used in difficult deployment scenarios as a very efficient HTTP load balancer. And for the load balancing, you can watch the engines documentation. So if you go to the website, I will just go through the website. You can see here the different solutions and products are given here. You can go through them. So these are all the different engines, products and solutions. You can check out the engines resources. So you can read through them. The documentation, webinars, blog, everything is there. You can check out the blogs. You can check out the support. The engine support is there from the engines team. These are the partner companies, which all partners are there. So you can better select the product and solutions which can work perfectly with engines. So all the partner products will work with engines. So you can check out the partners here. You can get the F5 engines. So it is an application platform, a suite of products that together form the core of what organizations need to deliver applications with performance, reliability, security, and scale. And also you can check out the trials and pricing. You can check out the GitHub page. So this is it. This is all we need to know about engines in short. So engines will be required to create persistence of Docker containers which are running on our system. So in the next video, we will check out how to do that. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.